Granular synthesis, the art of taking any sound and make it weird. And I mean really weird. In reality, granular synthesis can give you a lot of opportunities to make amazing sounds that are really unique and are really difficult to achieve with other kind of synthesis. That's why today I'm going to briefly explain what granular synthesis is, and I'm also going to show you some examples on how to use it. So, without further ado, let's go! If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and also give it a like. And not only that, if you want to support my content, consider becoming a Patreon. All the links are in the description of this video. So for today I'm going to be using Graindad, but you can use any granular plugin that you want. Of course, there are going to be some differences, and frankly, I believe Graindad is one of my favorite plugins of the year. So granular synthesis is take a portion of a sound and start using it for different purposes. That portion of the sound is going to be a grain, and it can be really short or really long, and you can play it on any way you want. But instead of explaining to you what granular synthesis is, I think it's better if I show you with an example. We have this vocal right here.
Let your worries go, never feel alone.
So I'm going to load up a little bit of this vocal into this buffer so you can listen how the granular synthesis is going to start processing it.
Let your worries go, never.
So we have this segment right here.
Let your worries go, let your worries go, let your worries go.
And it's currently sounding a little bit chorusy, but let's go step by step. As I said, a grain is a segment of the sound. If we put the speed into 0, pay attention only to this light blue part. This is the grain. We can change the size. And with the density, we change how often it repeats. And the amazing thing about granular synthesis is that if you start increasing the density and the grain size, when the sound starts overlapping, it's not going to cause any resonance or anything like that. It's going to blend everything, and it's going to give you this really nice ambience kind of sound. That's why granular synthesis is really well known when you want to make some ambient kind of music or some ethereal pads, but there is so much more to it. So that is the basic of granular synthesis. You can make this also play, so you don't have a static position here. Or you can go even in reverse. You can change the pitch, you can fool around with the position, change the mode of the density, and also, and this is dependent on the granular synthesis that you have, you can automate these parameters so you can have even weirder results. And finally, of course, you can add some effects to make it more interesting. That's the basic principle of granular synthesis, but let's hear it in context. The interesting thing about these parameters is that as you can automate it with an LFO or whatnot, and as the nature of the sound changes depending on the grain size and the density, you can have ethereal kind of pads, as I said, and also really interesting rhythmic things. For example, let's hear this small beat that I made.
At the break of dawn. At the break of dawn, at the break of dawn.
So you can say granular synthesis is really similar to sampling, and you will be right, but with other added features and possibilities that normal sampling don't give you. Now let's check another example of how I'm using Graindad because I love it so much. For example, here I have this small idea that I'm currently working on. For the drums, I'm using Drum Computer. That's also a really great plugin by Sugar Bytes, but I'm going to do an overview of it in another video. So this other example is to show you how granular synthesis also works really well with percussive loops. So the drums on their own, without any granular engine and whatsoever, sounds like this. Which is nice, but I feel it lacks more density and maybe some percussive elements that can add a little bit more of rhythm to everything else. So I'm using Graindad, and let's listen how this is affecting the sound of the drum kit. I like it very much because it affects the sound in a way that takes the original drum loop but mangles it and make it something different, that it has a lot of relationships with the original sound. Let's check what I'm doing. Here I'm using another screen of Graindad. That's a really amazing, a powerful feature that this plugin has that other granular effects don't have, which is basically an XY effect, and it gave me the result that I wanted, or the kind of rhythm that I wanted to achieve. So it sounds like this. The good thing is that as most of the granular engine works in time with your DAW, it's going to feel like it's on time, so that's why it feels like it's adding some percussion behind the drum kit. Now I'm leaving this dot alone, but you can go crazy with it and start looking for other points, or maybe you can even automate it so you get different results every time this is moving. The way this works is that all of these parameters are the same that are here, but depending of if they are close or far away from this white dot, they will increase or decrease on the same matter that if you increase it or decrease it right here. So depending on the position, it can give you really different results, and you can also automate it so you have different sounds on different parts of your songs. This is an early project, and that's why I'm still experimenting with it. Maybe we can automate it and start changing also the points on where it goes. So that's other use for granular synthesis, in this case for something more rhythmic, to have more percussion in your sound without having to add more percussion. Another example is the one that I have right here. I'm here again using the harvester, but as you can see here, it's not about making some percussion on the background, it's about making more glitchy kind of sounds. And I have a really great result. So that's granular synthesis, that's how I am currently using it, and that's pretty basically Graindad. Of course, Graindad has a lot more features and you can go even deeper with it. So the invitation is that you try it. The link is going to be in the description. With granular synthesis, you can make different kind of sounds in a unique matter that normal synthesis or normal multi-effects or even for glitch focused plugins, they are not going to give you the same results that granular synthesis is going to give you. Of course, it's something to add to the arsenal, not something that's better or to replace anything else. Try it. I'm sure that you're going to like it. And who knows, maybe you will find your new favorite secret weapon. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Also a big shout out to Sugar Bytes. They sent me Graindad for free, but they have no idea of the content of this video and they haven't watched it before everyone else. If you want to support my content, subscribe to my Patreon and you can get a lot of free things. So take care and I will see you next time. Bye bye.